Hello everybody, if you came here to learn how to keep people, this is the wrong talk. And sorry for my cough, I hope that I will manage not to bother you too much. So, actually the topic of this talk is letting the change in your organization to use the DevOps. So actually you have a vision, you want to get out of a tunnel of your deployment, you have strong support of many successful cases and a lot of evidence that using a DevOps will get a lot of benefits for your organization. But you reckon that even if you're a highly skilled person, this may be sometimes more a task for a political guy rather than you. That's not exactly true, and we will see how you can get that there and why. Little word about me. My name is Davide Fiorentino, but many people call me Davide. That's absolutely fine. I got a lot of experience with many companies, doing different jobs, different roles. Sorry. So what I like is to try to make possible what everybody says that is impossible. It's not easy. I found that it's very cool. At the moment I'm working for CBNL, that is a company that's leading the market in point-to-multipoint millimeter waves and is actually serving 7 out of 10 biggest mobile operators in communication where you cannot wire cables. I'm also working on some sites projects. One is the Genuinous. Probably you haven't heard about it. You will in next future. We're still working. It's a huge task. If you want to follow me, Twitter is my handler. You will also find on GitHub and somewhere else as Daftano. So let's starting from the beginning. How many of you are working from the same organization for a long time? Yeah, for a long time. And how many of you just joined a new organization where you want to deploy DevOps? Okay, so there are few people that are working for a long time for a company, few people for a new company. So are everybody else unemployed or studying at university? Oh. Okay. So I guess that you know what DevOps is. If you don't, these conferences actually are probably giving you a hint what is and what you are supposed to do. Maybe you already know, maybe you want to know more because that's why you joined this company. If you are here, if you are here actually, what you want to do is to transform your organization in something that probably takes months to make deployment in production, and then everybody has to stay like that to make sure that it's working. Or sometimes what I like is to launch something in production that will work, and I can get a cup of coffee. Hopefully, you all get a coffee this morning because it was quite busy. There was a coffee outside, so luckily I was not the first one speaking today. How many of you are adopting a Scrum in your organization? And when you have your Scrum meetings, does them look like that? No, okay, that's cool. Is it worse or better? Okay, okay, that's a shame. Yeah, that's absolutely a shame. So, what actually we want to do when we want to move our organization toward a DevOps organization, we need to do something that at time be very tough. Actually, we want to check that, we want to tell people that we need that. It's not something that now is cool, it's trendy, so we must move to these trendy things, because then you will not have strong arguments, strong points. So the first thing that you must know is what are your organization problems. Probably you already know. So you are on a good starting point right now, and that's excellent, but you also need to identify and discuss the problem with your colleagues. There are probably problems that you already saw, potential problem that may come at some point, but there are also opportunities, major opportunities, because you can save your time, your colleague time, you may make happy your customer, or actually happier your customer. That's what we are working for, actually, because we want to sell. At the end of the day, we are always trying to sell something to somebody. This body is paying your bills, so that makes sense. You want to make your work. Actually, what I want to do is to work the less possible. That's why I adopted DevOps techniques, why I'm using Kanban as an agile methodology. Because I want to do the less possible to get more time and deliver more artifacts. Whom of you has a vision of what he or she wants to achieve in the next year? Okay, it seems the same guys that are working for a long time for the same company, so that's good. How you want to do that? Do you want to fight everybody or kill everybody that disagree with you? Sorry? Balance, okay, that's fine. I don't know you, but it's okay. Hopefully we're not working together. So actually, you are not alone. You may feel alone sometimes. That's not true, because there are other colleagues that actually want to achieve the same things. Some of them know that. They may show you their support. Some others doesn't. They may say controversial things like, oh, these automation things are shitty, or DevOps is just a trend things, but it won't last. That may be true, but if we can improve their workflow, we are on a good path. So what you need to do, not to fight alone, actually, because if you want to kill somebody, you need some complices. So you need to gather a group to work together, and you must get a powerful group to lead the change. So you may be a developer, you may be a DevOps, you may be non-technical people, that's fine. You need somebody that may have the power to make the change, or to convince whomever can support you to make the change. That means that if you can convince, for example, the CTO or CEO that DevOps is needed, then you have more power to do that. But don't forget that while you are not alone, you are building a group, there are also other people that dislike your ideas. They have reasons to dislike your idea. That's absolutely fine. We must show them that their idea, or actually their idea, is based on some troubles. They are worried. Why they are worried and for what? You must show them that there is no need to be worried. So we can get more without taking off from their responsibilities or power with the changes that we want to do. Grouping people is not just having a chat or a group chat on a mobile device. It's meeting them, talking to them face to face. You can use coffee, lunches, that's absolutely fine. But you must work together. You must be really a group, not just something that is on the paper. So if we can get back to the Scrum that we saw before, those girls were working together, shoulder by shoulder, literally. That's what you have to do. Well, probably not shoulder by shoulder, but, well, maybe fine. It's up to you. But that's what you need to do. You need to work together. You can be a hero, and actually you will be a hero because you are trying to lead the change, but heroes always work together, other than in Marvel's comics, but that's fine. So you got a vision. You must develop your vision into something. What you believe that we need for our vision to make it true. Say again? Action, yes. So our actions are actually based on a strategy. So how we make that our vision true. The strategies are not just, okay, I will show you that it works. Because we all know that it only works on my machine and then it won't work on the other machine, especially on your detractors. It won't work there. Maybe they have Windows, so that's another reason, but it's okay. So you must think with your group, what are the strategies that you want to put in place to get there? So I can give you an example. I joined a company, and they were doing something very odd. So to update their production environment, it took 2 people to work 6 months. And they were doing that every 2-3 years because it was so time-consuming that they cannot do it every time. I brought to the company the DevOps theories. I changed stuff with Docker, so microservice architecture. And now one person is able to update the whole server farm that now is 3 times bigger than it used to be in half an hour. So they are very happy. That's good for them. But there was a strategy. I had to convince a lot of people how to make changes. And on my path, I found a lot of obstacles. People that don't want to do that because they feel that then they will lose their job or they will lose their power, or that I may take their job. I told you I don't want to do more. Actually, I want to do less. So the less I can do, I like to delegate, and you should do the same. Because if you're taking the responsibility of everything, then you will fail. That's absolutely fine to fail. But if you fail and you are alone, if you never delegate, if you just build a group on a paper, but then you don't really have a group, but you just want to get more power, you will fail big, and there will be nobody else that will help you. That's not what we want to do. So we must get rid of the obstacles. So can you think about any obstacles in your company that will prevent you to get to a full DevOps organization? Security guys. Why they would stop you? Yeah, so the problem is that doing something in your machine is insecure because they don't know the tools that you are using. Or maybe they never heard about those tools, or they never tried, or maybe they are just using other tools that do not allow them to control what you are doing. So they want to prevent you to become the bad guy. That's fine. So how we want to tackle this problem? Actually, security guys most often are seen as obstacles for some reasons. Actually, they don't want you to mess up with the company, but they still want to achieve the same results, doing less job as well. So it's easy to say no rather than to go investigate what you really know. So what you need to do is to show them why you want to do some things, but also what are the problems. Of course, whatever technology we want to use, there will be bugs, there will be problems, lack of knowledge. So your group has to fill all those problems. Lack of knowledge is the first thing. You must know the tools that you want to deploy, because if I come to you and as a security guy and ask you, look, which ports you are using? I don't know. That's not a good question, good answer. And which kernel features you want? Everything? Yeah, are you going to shut down the production server? No, we don't. Actually, Docker does not allow you to do that. If you know the answer, that's cool. You can convince them that actually what you want to do improves security rather than has a problem with the security. So you must know what they want to achieve. Security is very generic, but then it's a very good example. It's the first one that also often happens. So you must know that your system is more secure than ever. Probably less errors. We know that we are now able to make 1,000 deployments per day that will work every time. Instead, then what happened some years ago, that maybe one deployment every 9 months, sometime works, and some other time you spend 2-3 weeks to fix the errors that you just put in production. And then we all know that those deployments happened on Friday night evening. there will be some changes in the structure, either hardware, software, or organizational changes that will impact your changes. For example, you got support of the CEO, and then at some point the CEO will leave the company, or another one will be appointed. You may not get another such support. And if you use that support to remove some obstacles with the force, say, okay, Andreas, let's say the CEO, say that we must do these things, so you go to the security guys and say, you must do that. When Andreas will leave, then you will have an enemy in the security group and no support. Maybe you will not get support from you one. So we get back to the strategy. Which other obstacles you can see in your company?
Let's say budget, money, time.
Absolutely. This is something that company is always concerned. Money, that's budgeting, and time. So you must show them that actually you are saving time. Saving time means that you are saving money, and having good deployment means also that you are saving those 3 weeks that you spend after every deployment to fix the bug. And but how to do that? Money is a sensible topic. Actually, when you go to the board and say, oh, you can save $1 billion, they say, okay, now that's nice. How we do that? We must spend $2 billion. I say, okay, probably we are not on the same page. So you must think about, the first thing that they will ask you is, what are the risks of your strategy? Do you know what are the risks to adopt DevOps organization? How many of you works in a company that has other people skilled to be DevOps? Less than 10 people. So you see, most of your colleagues knows nothing about DevOps. That's knowledge lack. They must know things because you are not. You are hero, yes, but you will not stay there forever. I hope that you get some holidays. Sometimes we may get sick. If you're not there and you are the only person able to fix the problem or to look at the problem, then things will fail and people will say, hey, look, DevOps doesn't work. They are right. Sometimes you also have to take some risks because there are bugs. Something will not work. That's okay. We can live with that. But when you have your strategy, you have your risks. If you go to the board and say, okay, these things may happen. We may spend, well, when Docker came out, I tried it. And it may be good things or bad things. I didn't know at that time. I tried. I took the risk to try it on my computer. I was working on a virtual machine. I was not impacting everything else. And I tried. I usually try a lot of technologies every month. Every month I try to try one. Some of them are just shit. I cannot use them. So I waste a month of time. But then I just waste my time, some of my time, not all the time. And I save the company and my customers other time because we don't have to try something. When I go to there, I go with a solution. That's what you want to have, a solution. With risks. Risks are associated with the cost. A cost may be fine. So you may say to the company, look, for example, we have to, maybe a server may not working, or we need to teach 10 people how to do this job. You can do that, that's absolutely fine. Your group can do that, that's absolutely fine, even better. That will means that the company has to pay your time, so it's your cost. Probably it's affordable for the company. If it's not, there are conferences like these, so you can learn more, and that's cool. And then you spread the risks and reduce at the end the risks over the company. So when you will be on holiday and there is a problem, somebody else knows how to tackle that problem, how to fix that problem. That's all part of the strategy. What action you think that it would be the first one in your company to move toward a DevOps environment? Exactly. It's communication. Because we, as technical people, we often knows everything, at least it's what others believe that we do. But we must communicate with other people, the problems, and the way that we think that can be solved. So we know that actually Amazon is doing thousands of deployments per day, and probably Google as well is doing thousands of deployments per day, and probably you use both services, and you know they're working. Sometimes not perfectly, but probably they're doing much more job that our companies are doing. They're still there. So we have an example. You can show the example. If you go to your CEO, your board, and say, look, we can do, not 1,000 probably at the beginning, but we can do 1 deployment per day. While you usually, maybe if you're using a Scrum, you're doing 1 deployment every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 4 weeks. 1 per day means that if we have a problem, we can have it fixed tomorrow. Sorry. So, what you would like to do, first thing, to tackle your problem, you must generate quick wins. You must show that what you want to achieve is achievable, and today, tomorrow, or by the end of the week, not in 9 months or 12 months. Because then the board will be concerned about problems. Because if you fail, you have wasted 1 year of time. But if you fail to deliver something tomorrow, just waste 1 day, okay, this is affordable. But if tomorrow I get fixed something that a customer was calling us every other week to ask when we fix the problem, and I managed to fix that tomorrow because of DevOps, then I have strong how to say that? I'm in a stronger position when I'm talking with my colleagues, my boss, and the board, because then I can show them it's not just fluff. I'm just doing something for real. And together with the group, we can do more stuff if we just get some more time with the DevOps. So those are just the first steps. But it's absolutely fine. It's working. And you can move forward to your idea. What will be the first quick wins for you in your organization? Can you think something quickly? If you are working on a web application, probably quick win could be changing an image. It doesn't take a lot of time, probably 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Or maybe improve your website performances by scale of 10. If you can do that, actually, it's a quick win. There are a lot of good resources on the internet how to do that. Something could be, for example, just to compress your image. There is no reason to have a 300 dpi image, 5,000 per 5,000 on your home page just to show the logo of your company. And then you downsize to meet your requirement. Change that, improve the performances. That can be a quick win. You don't have to fix everything today, but just fix something today, something tomorrow. And it will be fine. When you achieve a quick win, or any win, you must recognize and rewarding whomever did it. You're working in a group, fine. You say, okay, look, it's Madras that they made that change. He's working with me in this group. Then Madras will be happy, others will be happy too, and the board will also say that you are not alone. You are a hero, yes, because you are bringing that revolution in the organization, but you are working on a group. And everybody wrote in his CV that is good in team working. I'm not sure that everybody says the truth in this topic, but let's pretend that it's true. But you then are showing them. And the groups can achieve a lot of stuff. Let's back to a rugby match. If you are working together, trying to win the game alone, do you believe that you will get to score? No, actually not. When you finally got to get something that is working, you must keep working on your vision. It hasn't finished yet. You must increase the credibility to change all the system, structure, policies. There's a lot of job to do. You are not alone, you have a group, you have a vision, you have a strategy. Your strategy will change day by day and you will lead that changes. Maybe you will be lucky to be in a position to hire and promote people to make more job. That's awesome. If you're not, maybe your boss can do that. You can convince the organization to do these changes. You must not change your changes. So now you led the change in your organization. That's cool once you get there. But things changes. You may always change for the customer, productivity. You may actually letting the change made you a leader of a group. You're not leading a company, but who cares? You're leading a group. You're leading the changes. You made a lot of things, but then things will change. Tomorrow another guy will join the company or will learn something outside the company, and then we would like to bring his change. That's fine. You can follow him. He's not attacking you. Maybe he will become a new hero. That's fine. Who cares? You have 2 heroes in your group. I would be happy to have more heroes in my group. So you must keep building connection inside your organization and outside your organization. You must keep working on you, keep working on your organization, on the group, and you must not believe that you are the only one that can do things. You need others. We need others to achieve what we want to do, whatever it is. We have issues, we have a problem, we don't know everything. But all together, we can build more knowledge. That is everything that you really need to change your organization. You know, you must build, as I told, the vision before. It's not easy. You must work on that. Look for people that can help you in your group to find also other problems. You may not know all the problems of your organization, but they know. They will know. So work together, and very good luck for your future. That's all.